Coming up next on Win News, a busy day for fire crews across the state. We'll bring you the latest. A clever class of dogs ready to serve the public, and junior golf stars at Greens Beach.
Across Tasmania, this is Win News.
Tonight, fire and health warnings as temperatures rise across the state. Changes to bus services could leave some passengers high and dry. And the new class of police dogs ready to keep the community safe. Good evening, I'm Bruce Roberts. Also tonight, the Mayor of Launceston steps outside his comfort zone for monofoma. Emergency services are on high alert with hot and dry conditions creating a dangerous recipe for bushfire. Tonight, an advice warning is in place for Douglas Apsley, and authorities say while there's no immediate threat, those unprepared should consider a plan.
As the Gel River bushfire continues to burn, our firefighters have already got their hands full. Judy Augustine, Win News.
Police have been called to Risdon Prison following the death of a 55-year-old inmate. Police, a forensic pathologist and the coroner all attended the scene, with initial investigations indicating the death as not suspicious. The government and Director of Prisons, Ian Thomas, have extended their condolences to the man's family. Health Minister Michael Ferguson is remaining tight-lipped on the future of the Hobart Private Hospital, with the lease to expire on the government-owned building in December. He says it's not appropriate to speculate while the government negotiates with the hospital's owner, Healthscope.
The government absolutely is going through a robust process. So we're looking to get the very best outcomes for our state, for our community, for taxpayers.
A raft of changes to the Metro bus service has come as a surprise to passengers. Routes to parts of southern Tasmania will be altered from next week, leaving riders wondering how they get to work on Monday.
More buses on the weekend. That's the compromise for changes impacting South Arm, 7 Mile Beach and the Channel. Imogen Elliott, Win News.
The University of Tasmania is being urged to take urgent action to double the number of professors and associate professors based in northern Tasmania. Today's West Tamar Council meeting unanimously endorsed criticisms of the uni's existing transformation plans.
It's been called a once-in-a-generation opportunity to change the face of education in Tasmania. But the University of Tasmania's Northern Transformation plans were today questioned by the West Tamar Council.
Launceston's mayor has replaced a suit and tie for a onesie, getting into the spirit of monofoma. He says the event provides a significant boost for the region while showcasing it to the world.
It's a new look for Launceston Mayor Albert Van Zetten.
There's no tie with this one or shirt, so look, no, it's good to be comfortable, and some will be pleased to see that I'm not even wearing shoes at the moment.
After the break tonight, a controversial hotel proposal hits a snag with Hobart Council, plus telling the stories of our convict past. Of canine recruits will help fill a hole left by a much-loved retiring police dog. Officers today welcoming Olsen and Quinn to the force after passing their assessment with flying colours.
They're good at wagging, but they haven't missed a day of school. 2 new police dogs trained to detect firearms and explosives.
Fragrance Group's plans to build a 55-metre high hotel in Collins Street have suffered a setback after Hobart City Council's Planning Committee narrowly rejected the proposal 3 votes to 2. Deputy Mayor Helen Burnett says the committee received more than 1,000 submissions for and against the project. New sculptures highlighting the plight of convict children are one step closer to completion thanks to a funding boost from the federal government. The From the Shadows historic trail is the next stage of the Footsteps Towards Freedom project unveiled in 2017.
Around 13,000 women arrived in Van Diemen's Land as convicts, and for thousands of their children, they too received a life sentence.
Time for some Tuesday night sport. Here is Amy Duggan, and Amy, some of Australia's best young golfers are shooting low scores in the state's north.
It's birdies galore, Bruce. At Greens Beach, we'll have that next, and Darcy Short robbed of another BBL century as the Hurricanes dim the stars.
This report brought to you by Mazda. final 2018 plate clearance deals are disappearing fast.
The Hobart Hurricanes have confirmed their plans to land a second import for the back half of the BBL season have been thwarted by New Zealand Cricket, which won't release Auckland Aces top order batsman Glenn Phillips. It comes as the team moves 2 games clear on top of the table after crushing the Melbourne Stars at the MCG overnight, but the match didn't end without controversy.
It was a really good night for the Hurricanes. Young gun Riley Meredith's outstanding form continued, with the paceman claiming career best figures of 4 for 21.
Well, there are better players in the Australian system than what we can bring in.
Brent Costello, Win News.
The new Hobart Huskies coach, Mark Chivers, has confirmed former Charger Zach White will be one of his team's 2 imports this season. Last night, the organisation took the next major step in becoming a fully fledged basketball club, with selection trials held for the first time.
Until now, the Huskies have just been a club on paper, but with the Elite League season now just a few months away, things are finally starting to take shape.
Emerging Victorian golfer Ryan Thomas has taken out the boys' trophy at the 2019 Fern Lake Tamar Valley Junior Cup. Thomas finishing an impressive 9 under par for the tournament. The girls' result is a nail-biter, coming down to a playoff between Tasmanian Hayley Meeburn and South Australia's Shakira Ann Coyce.
Victoria's Ryan Thomas led the boys at the start of round 3 at Greens Beach at 6 under par. He shot opening rounds of 67 and 69 to lead by 3.
That's tonight's sport, Bruce.
Thank you very much for that, Amy. Of course, we're talking bushfires earlier on the bulletin. Hayley Francis joins us now with weather details, and we have more fine summer weather on the way, Hales.
Evening, Bruce and Amy. That's right. Statewide tomorrow we'll have another fine day, staying very warm for some parts. I'll have all the details after this short break.
This report brought to you by Optus. Stronger in Tasmania than ever.
Welcome back. Elevated thunderstorms moved over the state today just prior to lunch. This brought lots of flashes but very little in the way of showers. Now, tonight's weather picture is thanks to local photographer Lockie, who captured this great bird's eye view shot at Low Head Lighthouse. Remember, you can send your weather photos to tasweather@winnetwork.com.au. Let's have a look around the state today. Mild conditions for the islands overnight, with temperatures sitting around 20 degrees. At sunrise, Scottsdale topped out at 30 degrees, 31 at Launceston, Swansea 27, and down at Hobart 28 the high. On the satellite and synoptic, a high over the Tasman Sea is currently directing a very warm northerly flow over Tasmania. A weak cold front will brush the south and east coast early tomorrow. Then another high will form over the Tasman Sea on Thursday. Onto the waters. In the north, a possible storm and westerly swell below 1 metre. For the east, partly cloudy with a chance of a dry storm. Now in the south, mostly sunny with winds at 10 to 25 knots. And for the west, a possible storm late in the day and seas around 1 metre. Let's have a look at the forecast for tomorrow. Hot inland and dry storms about northern Tasmania, with a little morning drizzle in the south and west. Light showers about the northeast in the afternoon, and a fire weather warning remains in place for the Midlands, Central Plateau and Upper Derwent Valley. Interstate tomorrow, a shower or 2 and a possible storm for Darwin, and sunny in Sydney. And for Burnie, not a lot of movement in temperatures until later this week, and a very high chance of showers on Friday, then sunny for the weekend. For Launceston, temperatures remaining in the 30s until a cool change passes on Friday. And for Hobart, sunshine persisting for the rest of the week, but an increasing chance of showers by Friday, then cooler for the weekend. So potentially a little heat relief with those showers ahead, Bruce.
An absolute scorcher on the way. Thank you very much for that, Hayley. Thanks for your company tonight. We're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night from 6 o'clock. Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation. Win News, Regional Australia's #1 news source.